just back out for a couple of hours with Badger at the mill. I haven't seen Badger, it's been well over a week since he actually seen you. It might be a couple of weeks, has it?
Probably about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit longer.
So, you know, Badger's had his first metal detector a couple of weeks. We've read that it's a bit chattery, switched it on. Keep in mind there's lots of power lines by the house and that. So it is chattery around here, the Quest Pro. So I've actually suggested we tweaked it and it quietened down a fair bit at only 45 sensitivity. And so that's, we're just making it up as we go along, aren't we, Badger?
Yeah.
See. As long as it's quiet out in the open farm fields, even if he has to run at about 75. But as you can see, we're at the beautiful mill again. So we'll have a few hours and see if we can actually get on any old stuff. Apparently, in the last 2 weeks, Badger's been round the grounds a fair bit. And a lot of it is only overburden. We've been looking at old photographs and paintings of the mill. It slopes off much lower, a lot of the ground. It's been built up in modern times. But who knows, there still might be something great. And the real big surprise for this mill is when the sun's shining and I am no longer working where I work. I'll be working with Badger and Sid Perry in that river in a couple of weeks' time when the sun's shining. That's the plan, isn't it, Badger?
Definitely, mate. Definitely. Looking forward to it.
Let's just see if we can get an old frippance or something for today.
Find something.
Well, I'm literally just in a little nice garden, just part of the garden. It's got extensive gardens. And they've got a massive big banger of a signal. I'm using the Equinox tonight because I forgot to charge my Deus. Number 21 banged in. And it was like, oh, it's just a blank disc. But when I turn this over, viewers, keep in mind that there's electricity, machines and all kinds in the mill. You've seen them in my other video when we first visited. I am absolutely buzzing. That is literally part of this working mill's history. It's a voltmeter and it's got a nice crown on it there, A&M. Honestly, you got to keep in mind, inside that mill house there is all the big meters and switches and the workings of the mill itself. So I'm happy, got a bit of the mill's history, first signal. I've got a target here, it's number 12, I'll find out in a minute, I'll show you if it's any good. But just in the foliage here, look, two massive big round millstones, and you've actually got plants growing out in the middle of them, very substantial plants. Look. And they were used to grind the flour in the mill.
That's what I got in my bag.
Badger's on the lead, he's on the Wrigley's chewing gum, he's on the hinge, tin can. All our typical wonderful finds, viewers, random pieces of iron. I've just had this and I'm actually intrigued by it. Is it an old part of the mill? Badger did just have the cowling off an old small, I'd say, bike or motorcycle lamp. So are we getting auto jumble in amongst the mill debris? Who knows, Badger?
Who knows? We keep digging and find some more.
But I'm happy. And we're at the mill and it's lovely. So looking across the Weir, that's another fairly old looking mill house there. And that'll have history going back many, many hundreds of years. You've got the Weir just in front of us, drops off. Then you've got Lucy's keeping an eye on Buster for me. Thanks, Lucy. You've got the two little islands in the River Avon and the beautiful mill house that we're detecting on. There's the Equinox there, look. Badger's after more ring pulls.
Sorry, I'm in the way.
Lucy's kindly informed me that she's cooked some tea. What have we got for tea?
Chicken chasseur.
Sounds very nice. So it's all good, even if we're only finding ring pulls, it's still good, kids. I'm happy. So, in amongst the trash on the mill, I've got a coin. I'm not getting my hopes up. Oh, it's a 2p piece, innit? Yeah. Oh well, kids. I'd rather be digging 2p pieces here than the odd little bit of fancy in some horrible place. Buster enjoys being at the mill, don't you, mate? But that's a hard-won coin here because we've just been talking through the coin tones on Badger's Quest Pro on my Equinox, which I'm not used to. You know, nice high tone on the silver coin I had from the other day.
Yeah.
And we're just working out little bits and bobs, giving Badger a little bit of advice. I'm not an expert on the Quest Pro.
Still got so much to learn. I'm less than a novice.
Early days, mate, early
Yes.
days.
Oh yeah.
Buster says, what does Buster say? The more holes you dig, the more you'll find. Buster, be nice now, be nice. Can you smell the chicken? And this is the wonderful chicken chasseur. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
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 And we're at the beautiful mill, eating a beautiful meal outside. Who cares if we've only dug a 2p piece? We've just had the heron on the river here, and it just took off from the roof of the house then, just as it zoomed in. He was actually perched on. Oh, there they are, both of them. They're both herons. Let's see if they land. Two huge herons. One of them was just perched here on the Weir. Often, that's where they reside a lot, just round here by the mill. I don't think I've introduced my viewers to Grace yet. What type of dog is Grace?
It's a Newfoundland cross.
Newfoundland cross, and you're a big puppy, aren't you? You're lovely. Hello, Grace. Oh, Grace and Buster, eh? Happy days, Bunt. There's the heron, look, on this mill house. Sounds like a dragon, Lucy said, and I'd have to agree. He's going back up there onto that. He's just flew from one mill house to the next. That's awesome. Literally perched on the one mill house, flew across the river, and he's perched up on that one. That massive tree here on the front lawn, it is actually, I've got to go all the way up there to get to the top. It is actually a redwood. Look at that big stone trough as well. And I've got my first nice, well, I got that lovely voltmeter, seeing as they've got stuff like that in the mill workings. But I've got this now, and I'm really happy with it. It's St. Christopher, I think. And I'm buzzing. It's my first cool little relic, well, apart from the voltmeter thing. Off a nice little metal detector find off the mill. And there is somewhere on this front lawn, Badger believes there's a gold tie-pin that his friend lost when he was drunk and wrestling on here. So we might be able to find a gold tie-pin if we're lucky. Badger's giving it beans there. Just on the front of the mill house, and I've just spotted more millstones. Look, these are proper old millstones. There's 4 of them in a row yet again with plants and Buster growing out of them. It's amazing. Lovely. We'll have to go and do that garden over there next. Just a little bit of light summer rain now. Got a beautiful high tone 21, and it's not a large sounder target, it's clipped on the Equinox. So I'm not an expert on the Knox at all, but it's got to be a small, nice copper or silver conductor, I'd say. Let's hope it's a coin, a nice one, who knows. Let's see. Okay, so that beautiful high tone, it wasn't a coin, but it was a small, good conductor, so I am getting the ear in with the Knox. Let's have the letter L, which is Lucy's name here at the mill. Well, it could be a 7. I'm going for a 7. I like it being a lucky 7 for Stevie and his much unloved Knox. I'm actually enjoying my Knox tonight. I think I'm going to start using it a lot more. 7 Equinox, look. So I was showing Lucy the St. Christopher, and she quite rightly pointed out that there is writing, and it does say Christopher there on the right as you look at it. But another thing I didn't notice is there's a fair bit of writing on the back apparently. Oh yeah.
Something crest on the bottom.
In case of accident, something.
Oh, it's an SOS one.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool. So is that like a medical one or just?
Well, quite possibly, yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. Not found one of them before. I've just got my last signal of the evening. It's a 20p piece, and we're going to show you some more wonderful history of this mill house, are we, Badger?
Yep.
And you can see Badger with the Quest Pro that Luke from Joan Allen gave him. You can see Badger's been hard at work in the last 2 weeks, destroying the lawn. Look, you can tell he's got the bug, Lucy.
He definitely got the
Badger has got the metal detecting bug, look. There's a few of them. We'll have to try and teach him the non-existent art of filling your holes properly, because there's many ways to do it, but many times you end up with that no matter what you do.
Unfortunately, it's been hot.
But it's the bug, you see. If you got the bug, you find excuses. What was you saying to me? You've had worse and it'll grow back.
Definitely.
Badger's had worse and it'll grow back. And Lucy's not impressed. We're just about to go and see the water wheel, but Lucy's just pointed out these things by the front door. Kind of looked like some sort of steampunk thing to me, but they were saying that when the river floods, and it always does, this is 2-3 foot underwater on the front lawn.
Yeah.
And is it the cellar that gets full of water?
The cellar will get flooded, yeah.
And it's got its own plumbed in flood mechanism to pump it all out. So these pump
it gets
it all
underneath
out.
the floor in the house as well.
Yeah.
So before it gets to the floor, it gets pumped out.
Okay, so it happens that often. They've got all sorts of built-in defences, and that's a nice bell, isn't it? And somebody's been digging horseshoes. Wow, so let's go and see the water wheel and stuff.
Hopefully. Might be taking you the other way, to be fair.
Okay, but I mean, you get an idea just how big the old mill house is. Huge property. Lovely. We're just starting to get into the bowels of the old mill house. I've never been down here. You're seeing it the same as me, and this all gets flooded. This is what gets pumped out before it can reach the beams. And apparently he's got a water wheel just over there. He's going to show me, but he wants to get it running first. Cool. Look at this out the window. Look. Awesome. Just couldn't wish to explore a more funkier property. Love it. Cobwebs and all, look. Cobwebs and all. You'll get caught up in there, you will, Moffy. Oh, you're already... Get off it, Moffy. Oh, it's nature. Oh, wow. What's this in here? Oh. Wow. Look at all these wheels. There's quite a few of them. Hold it in. This is all old original workings from the mill. Look at that, that's a big old rubber belt on there, and there's more wheels behind it. That's an electric motor there, being powered by some of the old stuff. And the big wheel, we haven't even shown you one of the really big wheels. Oh, look at this. This is proper engineering. Look how big that is there. Look. Oh, proper engineering. Yeah, we'll get that back on. So, you can pause the video here anytime you want. Do you want to take that down, Lucy?
Yeah, not now though, but yeah.
That's really good, that gives all the history. There's even more wheels set aside here.
So you around the back the wheel.
Oh, we got more to look at that old cog just sitting there, look viewers. Oh, this is absolutely awesome. Right. Oh wow, I didn't realise you had this. Wow. I won't drop the phone, Lucy, I'll absolutely promise. See if you can get some light on that. Wow, and that is about 7 foot wide, 8 foot wide. That'll be about at least 8 foot wide, that wheel. Wow. See it turning there from that angle. Try and get some scale on it. I'm just going to walk back on this.
Make it stand by it. Scale.
Yeah, geez, Lucy, look. That's how big it is.
Generates about 2 kilowatts. 2
Yeah,
kilowatts
but
of power.
It might generate 2 kilowatts, but whatever that works out to, it blows your mind for the first time.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Absolutely. So the wheels in there. Oh wow, yeah. I've got Badger's phone now. I had Lucy's before. I'm going to show you an old painting of the mill. Can you see just above my thumb in the painting there's an archway? So that is that archway, and the water wheel there on the side of the mill house in the picture would have been just yeah, that's amazing. All this history, kids. right there before your eyes. So yeah, I got that lovely voltmeter reader and lovely St. Christopher, but even if I hadn't found any of that, it's always got to be worth coming to look at this mill house, hasn't it? Thank you very much, Badger and Lucy.
Pleasure.
You're welcome.
Anytime.
Can we just go and see the voltmeters upstairs, that
Of
room?
course,
Yep.
yeah.
I want to see if it's anything like
Compare them, yeah.
compare the voltmeters. So we're just walking back around the back of the property and I've spotted this massive tree, and Badger's going to explain something about 3 trees on the property.
It's a black poplar, native to Worcestershire. Estimated around about 300 years old.
And there's 2 other, and they're all
We've
listed.
got the Wellingtonia that you've seen, the
Out
redwood,
the front, the redwood.
and there's a hornbeam by the boat shed.
And they're all, is it
they're
like
all-
a listing for
Yeah, they're all listed and they're all with
protected?
all preservation orders, and nobody can touch them without permission. Conservation area as well.
Even the Queen couldn't touch Badger's trees.
Not unless you've got a chainsaw certificate.
So we're back upstairs. And that voltmeter I found in the ground earlier, it would have been an older incarnation of one of these probably. The one I found was a smaller version of that old one. Does any of that still work? Okay. I wasn't sure whether I flicked the wrong switch. Read it, viewers. Like I said earlier in my video, viewers, me, Sid, Perry, because he's done the water hunts. When it's sunny in a few weeks and we've got time, we're gonna get in some of this, look for some old, but I want some old bottles out of it.
Not me.
Yeah, just it's not deep there. And maybe some coins if we're lucky. Any sort of old relics would do me. I like relics out of rivers. But it's absolutely beautiful out here. There's the heron, look. Yeah, just going across the river there. Just landed on the other side. Little duckies, we've disturbed the duckies, look. Oh, we don't want to disturb them, but I think they stay here, Badge. We won't go any further, but just looking, is that like a gate, is it, on the sluice?
Gate, due to be replaced by the Environment Agency in January this year, because it's dangerous.
Oh, look at those little quacks. Another. And you get a beautiful view now as we pan back round to the property. So this is the property that we've been digging on. It's beautiful. And if I pan back round there, that's where me and Sid were with Badger a few weeks back. That's like a proper little island on the river, isn't it? And that's the main river, and we're what do you call this bit? Is this like the weir?
A dry weir.
A dry weir.
See the wet bit.
Okay. If we go down here, I don't want them little duckies getting wet if we don't have to. Oh, mummy's took the dive, so all the little babbies. Oh, look at that, look at that. God bless you, mummy. Oh, look, you can get right out. And this is the wet weir. That was the dry weir. Oh, there's another heron over there, Badger. At the back of that milk house. Another heron, and there's the other one there, look. Where is it? It's there somewhere.
That popcorn mill.
Okay, so that one's called Crockthorne Mill. And there's a view right up the river. So I left Buster in the house with the kids just so we could get some footage. And Lucy's got him in his arms. What's he been doing?
No, he's been fine.
Oh, has he been all right?
Yeah, he's just missing you. He was barking like mad, bless him.
Well, Badger, I think this is a lovely place to end the video. Do you
Very
want
romantic.
Should we roll? Should we roll credits?
Roll credits, no Brokeback Mountain though.
Roll credits, you puffs.
I've decided I'm going to be a fucking astronaut. What do you reckon? I reckon I could go up in fucking space. Be more fucking quieter.